right, everybody, this is our season finale, and I'm just so excited. This has been a great season here at the ASKFaris show, and we have none other than Andrea Dickerson, the owner of IOwnADaycare.com. She is wrapping up the season with us. Andrea, welcome to the show.
Awesome. Thank you so much for having me. I'm glad to be able to help you wrap it up. Woo-woo!
Yes. And I want to go through and wrap it up on fire, because this season we had quite a few entrepreneurs come on board. They shared their story, they shared their passion, dropping nuggets and tips for young entrepreneurs along the way. And I just knew I had to get you on the show because I've been following your brand for some time, and lo and behold, we're gonna start a conversation. My sister actually put me onto your brand maybe about a year ago or so. And she was like, okay, she was like, no, she calls me Nar. She's like, Nar, you have to go through and meet this young lady. And I saw a few of your videos, was intrigued and everything, but fast forward, it's funny how God has things happen in his own season. We got a chance to actually meet each other. I think you keynote an event downtown Atlanta, the Recharge Business Conference.
Yes.
Really set the stage on fire. And ever since then, I've been like, oh my gosh. I'm like, I have to have her in my circle because I like to keep my circle strong. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you for the opportunity. I love what you are doing. I think it's amazing. I think entrepreneurs have an opportunity to see the next level to their business, to the next level to what's happening in business, because you are a catalyst. You are helping us to see things in a whole new light, using technology to express ourselves and our brand. So thank you so much.
You are more than welcome, man. I just want people to know that this young lady, she's one of the hardest working and most disciplined and diligent young ladies I've seen. Not only she's built a huge YouTube following, she has a few thousand individuals that follow her, just follow her. I'm not talking about friends on Facebook, just follow her brands on Facebook, on the clothing line, on a coaching service, on multiple daycare service, like childcare centers. It is, I'm just like amazed. Like I'm so enamored with just like your work ethic. And I realized that it just didn't happen overnight. So I want to really understand who is Andrea Dickerson? Like at the core of it, who are you? Where did you come from? Because it seemed like you came out of nowhere overnight, but it didn't happen overnight.
Not at all. A lot of people don't believe my story when I tell them, never despise small beginnings. And that's where my story began. I started when I was 21 years old in the childcare industry, no experience, no children of my own, never walked in a daycare, never worked in a daycare, never supervised anybody, no business experience. All I had was a yes and a word from the Lord to tell me that this is something that I should do. And so working in the childcare industry was a walk of faith for me. I had no idea that it would come to this point. I had no idea that my entrepreneurial gift would develop through the stream of childcare. All I know is that I had a love for working with children. All I know is that I had this inside passion, desire to teach. And I wanted to teach as I believed. I wanted to be able to offer my community what I felt my gift was, and that what I felt they needed. And so that's how I evolved from owning a large childcare facility that will hold over 200 children with no experience, looking for a way out. Like I was looking for a way out. And so my first location, I had no kids of my own, but within a year's time, I birthed my very first child, my son, my one and only.
Wow.
He came into the world. He experienced some health challenges, and so I started looking for a way out. And so then I got out of the industry, but the desire, the love, and the passion to care for kids never left me. But this time I had to go through a season of, if you want it, you got to fight for it.
Oh my, hold on. Let's stay right there. Let's stay about the fight, because this is the season finale, and I really want people to realize that if you want something bad enough, you got to fight for it.
You got to fight for it.
Your education level doesn't matter where you start, doesn't matter about your economics, your finance, or whatever. You have to fight for it. So go through and tell us about the fight. Like, what was that fight like?
My fight was, I started from the very bottom this time. I had no one investing in me. I had no big building. I had no money. By this time, my credit was shot. My marriage was on the rocks. My employment was like slim, limited to none. And so I had to really focus in on what it was that I wanted. I had to get in prayer, and I had to walk by faith. I had to fight for it. My fight was in a 2-bedroom house, no more than 700 square feet. Like, I now have classrooms the size of a full house where I cared for kids. And so I had to make up in my mind that I was going to fight for it, and I was going to believe God for it. So my fight meant early mornings, late nights. My fight meant diaper changing, all while thinking of a master plan on how to get to the next level. My fight meant never give up. My fight meant sacrifices. See, a lot of people don't know my story, but I had to sleep on the floor in my 700 square foot daycare so that I could be able to wake up in the morning and care for kids and be able to keep my business moving forward. Not only did I sleep on the floor, but my husband slept on the floor. My son slept on the floor because we were a family that was committed together. And I tell you what, God has not blessed me with a better companion than my husband, because no matter what we go through it together.
Oh my God. And that's the part where I really want people to realize, oh my gosh, nothing will be given to you. Like, I don't think anything great is just built overnight. And I don't think I think when God gives us a gift, he wants to see if we're going to punk out. He wants to see if we're just going to go through and just kind of push it aside. He wants to see how diligent, how could he really entrust us with something big? Because with building a large organization such that you already have done, it's just like it started off right there on the floor. It started off right there on the floor. And one thing I realized, it started off on the floor, but it has grown and it has built up to something massive as well. And I want you to go through and talk about that, because I think, just like you said, your husband was a huge and still is a huge integral part in your organization, in your organization. How important it is to have that support system. Tell me how important it is to have that support system.
Let me tell you, this is so amazing about having the right support system, the right people around you. As I'm laying on this floor the very first night, I can't believe that my life has ended in a foreclosure of my home, because I'm fighting for my child care. So now that my home that I lived in is foreclosed on, and we decided to take the money instead of paying the mortgage. We thought we would be able to make it back, but we decided to invest in the daycare. So yes, my house got foreclosed on. And while I'm laying on the floor, he says this to me. He says, baby, this is not about you. Oh. This is not about you. This is about those that's going to come after you. Wow. That's going to have the faith to believe that anything they put their minds to, they can do it. That's going to have to go through the same road that you're traveling, but you're going to be able to help them come out, because you know what it's like on how to start from nothing and turn it into something. And so that right there was monumental for me. That shifted my mindset, because then I started getting a vision of my face on the back of a book right there on the floor that night. Trying to figure out how God was going to make it happen. But sometimes you got to start from nothing, because when you're not fighting for something, your vision is small. When you're not fighting for something, you don't have enough vision to keep fighting.
Oh my gosh. And that's the thing. My sister, she actually, I think we took a picture and texted to you, build it big, build it better. And that that's the title of one of the books. And I want you all to go through and check out her books as well. But that's the title of one of the books, Build It Big and Build It Better. Tell me about was that book birthed out of that situation?
What the book that was birthed out of that situation was the one, How I Did It, Daycare Success. And once I got my business established and built, then I started going further in my vision and further with my dreams. And then Build It Big, Build It Better came from those principles that helped me go from 700 square feet to 2 childcare locations, well over 11,000 square feet. So I know that in order for me to build a big, successful business, I had to build it better than I ever have done anything before. I had to really apply great business principles to get to the next level.
Oh my goodness. And it's just like what you're saying, like, and that's why I really feel that you have to go through and actually you have to know who's in your circle. And I really feel like along this path, you probably had people that came in your circle and people that had to leave. You had to push them out the circle as well. So kind of tell me about that process. Has it always been like, I know sometimes people come, people go, like, tell me about that process as well.
So when you have a life that's a life of destiny, and you know that you're living a life of destiny, you can't take your circle lightly. You can't take the people around you that come into your circle lightly. And so I've encountered both situations. I have encountered where people were strategically placed in my life to help me get to the next level. Some people are in your life for a season. And then there were people that were strategically placed in my life to help me grow to another level. Not my business, but me professionally to grow to another level. And so then some people are placed in your life for a lifetime. And I have lifetime people that have been placed in my life. My clients were strategically placed in my life. Those that assist me in the vision were strategically placed in my life. Did they all last? No, but people come into your life for the reason and for the season. I've had it where I needed God to meet a need, and he would have somebody come register their kids, and their kids never show up. It wasn't about them showing up. It was about God meeting my need. I've had people to say, you know what, I want to come work here. They may have only been there for a season, but it was because there was a need that had to be met. And I believe that wherever there is a vision, God will provide the provision. I've had it where I've had people that were no good for my bread, that slandered my name, that tried to cause me harm. But I learned how to bounce back from that too, because what God built can't no man tear down.
Oh my gosh. I mean, if y'all are not fired up right now, because again, if y'all not fired up, you first you have to go through and first stop what you're doing right now and follow this. Go to iownadaycare.com, follow what she's doing, check out on social media, check out on Facebook, because you need this type of encouragement, you need this type of guidance in your life. And that's one thing that I think that makes the difference. It really makes the difference when you know who's in your circle and the seasons they're in, and being able to recognize that. And I want to go through and transition our conversation to another part right there, Andrea.
Okay.
Just imagine if you would not have walked in your purpose, in your path. Just think about right now, because I always kind of think like, my gosh, if I wasn't, just like if we look at Jesus Christ, if Jesus Christ did not lay down his life, look at the domino effect that could have happened. My thing is, I think everyone wants the glitz and the glam, but no one wants to be that sacrificial lamb. You were able to go through and be that sacrificial lamb, laying on the floor with your family. No one goes through and plan that. Had a foreclosure in your house. No one goes through and plan that. But my thing is, the sacrifice had to be made because the story had to be written. And it had to be written to the point where you could go through and relate to those individuals. Like it could not have been written to where you were born to a silver spoon and everything was handed, because that was not relatable. You had to go through that particular journey. You had to go through Lodabar pretty much just to go through and get to where you're going. And that's where I really see where I think so many times people want the glitz and the glam and the glory, but they don't want to go through and build that story up. So just imagine if you would have said, you know what, I'm just going to go through and I'm just going to go through and get me a job, or, hey, this is not for me. How many lives? I mean, and girl, you're from the East Coast to the West Coast. I mean, all around the world. But just imagine the lives that would not have been impacted just because you did not take that leap. You did not go through and take that step. That's something, Andrea.
That is amazing. My God, the way you're making it sound is just amazing on how just something as simple as childcare. My dream of being the best childcare business owner I can be is impacting people all around the world. And so that's why I always tell myself, never give up. There's times in my life where I don't feel like I'm on track, or I don't feel it all the time. But then there's that fighter in me that won't let me give up. It's where I remember where he bought me from that keep me moving forward. And so I think about the responsibility of the call that's on my life. And that's what entrepreneurs have to realize, is that you're just not in this for money. You're in it because you have a responsibility. And so when you yield to that responsibility, it gives you the energy to keep fighting and to keep going, and to know it's not about you. It's about those that's going to come after you, because when one door is open, when I open up a door, then many more can come through. Then many of our people can be successful in life. And so one thing I also know is that a level of success to you, compared as you see me, I don't see myself where you see me. I see myself still working, still fighting hard, still pursuing the dream, still pursuing the goal, because success was never, ever the point that I wanted. What I wanted was the fulfillment of my destiny. What I wanted was the fulfillment of my goals. So even though success comes along with that, it doesn't make me move. It doesn't shake me. It doesn't move. It doesn't make me think, oh, I didn't arrive, because my goals are still obtainable. My dreams are still before me.
Wow.
So that's why you may see me where I am, but then I'm still fighting.
And that's one thing I love when someone doesn't lose the fight. It's almost like Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan was competitive up until the last moment. Kobe Bryant, his last game, he scored. He was competitive because he could have said, you know what, I'm Kobe Bryant. I'm about to sit on out. No, a true entrepreneur, the true fight in the spirit. I mean, it does not go, it does not die down. And that's one thing. It's not how much money you make. It's about the mission. It's about the journey. It's about the impact. And that's one thing that I really want my entrepreneurs to realize. We have to wake up. We have to realize it's so much bigger than who we are. It's the next generation. It's the kids that have not even been born yet. They're not even being thought about. That's the legacy that we have to go through and live. And we have to live that legacy now so it can be a legacy when we pass as well. And that's one thing I really want to go through. Oh my gosh, I wish I had some more time with you. But one thing, I'm going to get you to come back on here as well. But one thing I really want to kind of hear from you as well is, first of all, what legacy are you building? And because I'm not talking about when you want to leave, what's the legacy that you are building that you want to be remembered by?
My legacy is to be a staple for people to look back on and say, if she did it, I can do it. Mm-hmm. And to be a strong foundation for children so that they can be academically strong, respectful of others, and to become achievers. See, my vision and my goal spreads beyond me. This is why I teach other childcare business owners my way of doing things, the Andrea Dickerson way, so that children all over the world can become academically strong, respectful of others, and to become achievers. And I believe that we can accomplish that when we build a team of teachers, staff, and parents. So that's why my whole mission in life is to build people. And so when they look at me, they're going to say, if God did it for her, surely he can do it for me. If God brought her out, he can bring me out. If she can run 2 childcare programs, I can run 2. If she can have a successful business, I can have one too. So that is my legacy, to be a staple in the community, to be a staple in the nation, so people can look back on your life.
Wow.
And see that it is possible.
Wow. And that's my thing is, you really want your life to be meaningful. My thing is, I was telling my wife once, we were talking through conversation, and I was asking, I was like, hey, baby, have you ever heard me speak about Uncle so-and-so? And she's like, no. And I said, the reason why I don't bring his name up is because he really didn't have an impact on this world. I'm not saying everybody has to go through and do the huge thing, but even in our social community, even in our family, it really wasn't impactful. And that's one thing where I want to go through long after I'm gone. I want to be able to go through and say, you know what, that Faris, he mattered. What he did, he came down here, no matter if he lived for 100 years or 35 years, he fulfilled his purpose here on earth, and the world was a better place just because he lived. And that's one thing where I really want my entrepreneurs to realize, that it's not about you. It's really not about you. You were here, you were put here on earth for a purpose. You were here, and everyone's not going to go through and grow the business. Some people may be entrepreneurs, some people may be great support employees or whatever. My thing is, whatever role that you're called to be in, be the very best in that role.
That's right.
I promise you that you will leave an unforgettable mark, or a mark that cannot be erased just because you live. And that's one thing, Andrea, I just see that you're doing it. And I'm loving the brand that you're building. So before we go, I want to go through, I'm going to allow people to go through and allow you to go through and actually give your social connections as well. But what are some things that you're working on right now that people can look for in the up and coming future?
Well, I'm excited because we're transitioning to I Own the Daycare brand so that we can help other childcare business owners become coaches, so that we can spread this word even further. Because I believe I can't reach everybody, but if I empower others who have the call to coach others, who feel as if they're called to mentor others, if I can help them create a successful online brand, just as I have done for myself, then I can reach more people. And then, of course, we have other products that we're creating for those who just want to get started. You know, it's one thing to have a love and a knack to care for children, but if you've never worked in the childcare industry before, it's a business like no other. And you're more successful when you have someone lay out the blueprint for you than you are just spinning your wheels trying to figure it out. So our new product is going to help those jumpstart their childcare business, to help them start, grow, and manage a successful childcare program. So I'm excited because we got those 2 major things that's going to hit the nation. And when it hits the nation, it's going to just create more opportunities for childcare business owners to succeed.
And I really want my childcare owners, the serious ones, the ones that are serious about the development of children and the passion for that next generation, you all have to go through and reach out to her, because I don't want you to go through and actually lean on your own understanding. She's already been through the struggle. She's already built multiple successful businesses. She's already coached hundreds of individuals through this as well. So I want you to go through and not say, you know what, hey, I'm just going to try it out, because I don't want people to try it out on our next generations. I want you to go through and follow the blueprint. I want you to go through and look at that blueprint, stay connected to the source, because she's already been where you want to go. And that's why I'm going to go through and encourage each person that's listening to this to go through and do that. And then one thing I'm going to go through, and I'm going to pick up the book, Build It Big, Build It Better. I'm going to go through and pick up that right after our interview. But this is for individuals that are not even in the childcare industry. My sister, she owns a speech pathology company.
Wow.
And she was looking at the principles of build it big, build it better, build it big, build it better, and she's incorporating those same principles within her business. So I want those individuals that are serious about learning. I want those individuals that are serious about their business, entrepreneurs, regardless of what industry you're in. I want to go through and pick up that book as well. I'm going to go through and include a link below for that book as well, because we're looking to go through and close out our 2017 strong. We're going to be like Kobe Bryant. We're not just going to go through and coast into 2018. We're going to close this thing out strong. And we're going to go through it. When 2018 comes, we're going to start it back on fire. So these are the products that I really want us to go through and actually pick up as well. And Andrea, I know you have a plethora of products. So give me one other suggested product that you may suggest for an entrepreneur, like regardless of what industry they're in. What other product that you have that you feel like really—
I believe that one-on-one coaching is the best product a person could ever purchase, because I've noticed that we can buy product because we're in the moment, but moment without movement is nothing. You have to have moments and movement. And so when you have that one-on-one coaching with someone that's going to motivate you and inspire you and give you practical information that you can apply right away, it causes you to get there faster, and it causes you to go further. So we do have a product for one-on-one coaching, and I would love that if you're in any industry, you're just wanting to build your business, you're wanting to grow and attain more clients, you're wanting to build your brand, or even decide what it is that you're wanting to do, create products, write your own books, whatever it is, what I've learned along my journey, I'll be more than happy to share it with you.
Oh my gosh. And that's one thing is, like, people are not, oftentimes people, they're not accessible, or they're not willing to go through and give the keys to success. But right now, this is what Andrea is actually saying, you know what, hey, I'm willing to go through and be your coach. For those individuals that are serious about this, I really want you to go through and take up on that offer. And so, but Andrea, before we go, last season, like the entire last season, the show is called the ASKFaris show, and I never allowed the opportunity for my individuals that I was interviewing to go through and actually ask me one question. But I want you to go through and ask any question that you can think of that's near and dear to your heart. I want you to go through and ask me, and I hope that I can go through and answer it as well, but I'm quite sure I can. But just go through and ask me one question that's near and dear to your heart.
Well, this one is quite personal, because when I met you, you're a social media like brand strategist. And so I don't know if you're going to record this or not, but I've always wanted to ask you this question, a personal question. When you look at my brand, is there anything differently that you think that I should be doing at this point?
Yes, and I have looked at your brand, and that's one thing. It's going to be two different things, because either you're doing it right, or I feel like it's something right here. I think your brand is so beautiful. I really feel like your brand, it really compels individuals to go through and actually follow you. You're great at content development. I've already joined your email list, so you're great at actually pushing out emails, etc. Do you use social media marketing?
When you say social media marketing, what do you mean?
Okay, so do you use Facebook advertisements?
At some point, I do. Okay.
And so either your targeting is very good, because I may not be your target audience, so that's very good that is targeted. I feel like, and we'll probably talk offline as well, because I want to go through and see your funnel on actually where you're putting your advertisements and where you're taking them on. I think I looked at your website, and I don't know, have you installed the Facebook Pixel on your website yet?
We are in the midst of upgrading website. And so at this point, I don't think that there is one, but we are in the midst of upgrading the website. So this is good.
So with that right there, I don't know if you've actually looked on Facebook this week, or probably this week. I just launched a new ad on Facebook. You may have seen me scrolling down your timeline with me doing like a demonstration video of my mobile app. Have you seen that yet?
Not yet.
That's it. But for individuals that actually clicked on my website or on my mobile app, I put a pixel on the back end so I can go through and retarget people that are already connected with me. And so that's one thing where I'll show you this offline as well on how to go through and install it. I think that's gonna be a key thing for you to go through and spend less money on advertisement, but get down to the right audience as well.
Yes.
Your brand is already there. I mean, your brand is solidified. Checked out the YouTube, great content, great videos. You are you already have the blueprint. It's like you're already light years ahead of a lot of other industries. But I think that you're just on the cusp. You're just on the cusp. Pushing it on nationwide even further. You're already nationwide, but just really taking that industry over. So we're going to be talking a little bit more offline.
I can't wait. I'm excited.
Oh my God.
This is exactly what I've been looking for. I'm
really excited about your brand. I'm just excited. I saw a lot of great things are happening for your family. I wanted to say congratulations to your husband. I just saw he just picked up another pastorship as well. So
yes.
A lot of great things. I mean, God is really good. He's
really good. And I believe that with focus and determination, that's the only reason why we were able to walk in this, because my husband he's focused and with determination. That's the only reason why we're able to walk in this.
Wow. So before we end this conversation, I want you to give one parting piece of advice to that entrepreneur, regardless if they're childcare industry entrepreneur or whatever. I want you to give one parting piece of advice to that entrepreneur who's just starting off that journey, or that entrepreneur who's along this journey, but the light is getting a little dim. They don't see, they've been in it for a year or two, but they don't see the actual success or the materialized success in it, but they're about to give up. So I want you to go through and actually give a little bit of parting piece of advice to those individuals. And then after that, I want you to give us your contact information on how people can go through and follow you with your website, social media, IG, Facebook, Twitter, whatever you're on as well, because I really want people to stay connected with you.
All right. Well, one of the things is I believe that we're in a season where you must humble yourself. And it doesn't matter where you are. When you find someone, they could be a family member, they can be a friend, they can be an expert. When you find someone that possesses your next level, humble yourself and ask that person for help. Don't hold back your greatness because of pride, and don't hold back your greatness because of fear. You connect to those who may have your missing link or your missing key, no matter what level they are on. You never know who holds your next level. And that, my dear, has been one of the things that has caused me to be successful, because I never would have been on platforms had I not chosen someone who had access to 10 people to help me get on my first stage. And so I would say be humble and seek advice. There is wisdom in the counsel of the godly. Yes. So make sure that you are seeking a multitude of counsel, which are experts. And so then I believe that your social media content and my brand is so important. So it doesn't matter where you look. If it's I on the daycare on Instagram, that's me. I on the daycare on Facebook, that's me. So you can add me on any social media platform with I on the daycare.
Wow. And guys, hey, this has just been an incredible season. And I just want to say thank you so much for gracing our show. And thank you so much for just imparting and just being very transparent with our listeners as well, because I feel like this is going to go through and encourage individuals to go through and continue to stay on that journey and to go through and elevate to that next level. And I don't want you all to forget, go through and get the resources that we actually talked about. It'll be in a link below or above this video, but also go through and seek out that coaching experience as well, because this is a young lady who's not just talking the talk. She is actually walking the walk and building the kingdom, building the empire brick by brick. And I think that she is no one other than who I would go through and recommend at this moment right now. So again, thank you so much for just being on our show. This is time as well. So thank you, and we look forward to having you come back again as well.
Well, I look forward to your season finale. Is going to be amazing. Thank you so much for this opportunity. I really, really am grateful for it, and I can't wait for us to connect on the other side.
Exactly. All right, there you have it, guys. It's been a great season. Thank you so much for all the well wishes, the follows, the likes, the shares, and everything that you have done this season. And we look forward to seeing you guys in a couple more weeks for season 3. I'll be chatting with you all soon.
Hey, just loyal. I just been working a lot. I'm on my way to the top. I just be ducking the ops. I wanna cut the new drop.